Good morning children, I am Seldiasis. Now I am going to teach you genetic disorders. Genetic disorders means the disorder which cause due to the abnormality in DNA of a person. So these genetic disorders are of two types. They are Mendelian disorders and chromosomal disorders. Let's see, the genetic disorders are Mendelian disorders and chromosomal disorders. And this Mendelian disorders means the disorders which follow Mendelian's law of inheritance. That's why it is called the Mendelian genetic disorder. And chromosomal disorder, there is a change in the chromosomal structure or number. And let's see the Mendelian disorders. Which are the Mendelian disorders? The Mendelian disorders are again classified into autosomal Mendelian disorder and sex-linked Mendelian disorder. So autosomal Mendelian disorders and sex-linked Mendelian disorders. The autosomal Mendelian disorders are sickle cell anemia, Phenylketonuria or PKU, that I will teach you later. Then next Thalassemia. So these are the autosomal Mendelian disorders we have to see now. And the sex-linked Mendelian disorders are Hemophilia and Colorblindness. So several other Mendelian disorders are there like cystic fibroids, etc. So this much only we need to study. Okay. And now we can see the chromosomal genetic disorders, that also classified into autosomal and sex-linked. Autosomal and sex-linked chromosomal disorders. So the first autosomal chromosomal genetic disorders, we have to study Down's syndrome. That is an example for this autosomal chromosomal genetic disorder. And the sex-linked, we have to see Klinefelter's syndrome and Turner's syndrome. Okay, so these are the common genetic disorders. So the genetic disorders are classified into Mendelian disorder and chromosomal disorder. Let's see one by one in detail. First we can see the Mendelian disorder such as autosomal Mendelian disorder. So the autosomal Mendelian disorder, the first one is sickle cell anemia. So from the name it is anemia. Anemia along with the RBC becomes sickle shape. Normally the RBC is spherical shape. So this disease caused due to the sickle shaped RBC. Okay, and that leads to anemia. So here the sickle cell anemia is caused by a change in the genetic makeup. So where the genetic makeup altered, we can see in the beta chain of hemoglobin at sixth position, the amino acid glutamic acid or glutamin is replaced by valine. Okay, so this is the reason. So in the hemoglobin, the beta chain of hemoglobin at sixth position, the glutamin is replaced by valine. Or we can say the GAG is replaced by GUG. That means GAG is the genetic code. These are the nitrogen bases. So guanine, adenine, guanine, here guanine, uracil and guanine is here. So these things I will teach you in the next chapter. Anyway, you just keep it in your mind that in the hemoglobin chain, at the 6th position of beta chain, the glutamine is replaced by valine. So this is the reason for this disorder that leads to the formation of sickle-shaped RBC and that leads to anemia. Okay, and next we can see what are the characteristic features, or we can see the features. So here you can see the normal RBC is spherical shape and the sickle shape round that you can see. Okay, can you see this? This is the picture. This is the normal RBC and this is the abnormal or sickle cell RBC. And here also I will show you. So this is the normal RBC and this is the sickle shaped RBC. So clear? And next we can see how it happens. So here the gene or the allele that causes sickle cell anemia is a recessive allele and that is HBS. This is a recessive allele that causes sickle cell anemia. And when two homozygous alleles bring together only, it becomes sickle cell anemia. Okay, so a normal person is having normal RBC. This is a normal RBC. HbA is a normal RBC and HbS is carrier. Is it clear? So HbA is a normal RBC and HbS is the carrier. When these recessive allele is homozygous, it is a sickle cell anemia. But the problem is, if the person is having this kind of genotype, he dies early in life. Okay, and the person who is having this genotype in the hemoglobin, definitely he or she acts as a carrier. Let's see. So keep it in your mind. We can see when a sickle cell anemic carrier, okay, sickle cell anemic carrier is a male, marries a sickle cell anemic carrier woman. Okay. So when a sickle cell anemic carrier male marries a sickle cell anemic carrier woman. So this is the phenotype. Am I right? So what may be the genotype? HbA, HbS, because these are the carriers. Okay, here also HbA, HbS. So in the offspring, the chances are, we can see here HbA, 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 HbS, HbA, HbS, HbS, HbS. Let's see, these are the genotype. Let's check out the phenotype. So this is the normal child and this is the carrier and this also carrier and this is the deceased one. That means that child dies early in life. So here they follow Mendelian laws. That is, one normal is to two carriers is to one diseased one. So clear? So here, if the genotype is having homozygous HBs only, disease will be there. Otherwise, it acts as a carrier. Is it clear about sickle cell anemia? Okay. So next we can see the second Mendelian genetic disorder, that is Phenylketonuria or PKU. Actually, this is an inborn error in the metabolism. So, an enzyme known as phenylalanine hydroxylase is absent in this person. So, that enzyme is needed for converting phenylalanine amino acid into tyrosine. Let's see. So, the phenylalanine need to be converted into tyrosine in liver. And the enzyme which helps for this conversion is phenylalanine hydroxylase. And this enzyme is absent in this person. So, if the enzyme is absent, the phenylalanine gets accumulated in the body. It cannot be converted into tyrosine in liver. So, due to the accumulation of this phenylalanine converted into phenylpyruvic acid. So, this phenylpyruvic acid cause brain damage and that child become mentally retarded. So, this is a Mendelian genetic disorder due to the lack of the enzyme phenylalanine hydroxylase. And that enzyme is needed to convert an amino acid called a phenylalanine into tyrosine in liver. Is it clear about phenylketonuria, PKU? Okay, next we can see the next Mendelian genetic disorder, thalassemia. That I taught you in the last class. It is a condition in which the amount of RBC production is reduced. There is only less production of RBC, and that condition is called thalassemia, and that leads to anemia. Okay, and actually this disease is due to mutation or deletion, and that results in the reduction rate of synthesis of globin chain of hemoglobin. Globin chain synthesis is reduced. Globin chain of hemoglobin synthesis is reduced due to mutation or deletion. So, this thalassemia is of two types, alpha thalassemia and beta thalassemia. So here, alpha thalassemia results in the production or less production of alpha globin chain in the hemoglobin. And beta thalassemia means due to mutation or deletion, there is a reduction in the production of beta chain of or beta globin chain of hemoglobin. So clear about thalassemia? That also a Mendelian genetic disorder. Mendelian autosomal genetic disorder. These are all autosomal recessive traits. Next we can see sex-linked Mendelian disorder. So in sex-linked Mendelian disorder means the disease-causing alleles are present in the sex chromosome, either in X chromosome or in Y chromosome. Autosomal genetic disorder means the disease causing or the disorder causing gene alteration occur in the autosomes other than the sex cells or sex chromosome, or in the somatic cells or in the vegetative cells or in the autosomes there is an alteration in the DNA that causes disorder, that is called a autosomal disorder. So sex-linked disorder means the disorder which occur in the sex chromosome, either X chromosome or Y chromosome. So let's see the sex-linked Mendelian disorder. The first one is hemophilia. So hemophilia, if a person is having any injury, that even that small injury leads to death because of excessive bleeding. There is no clotting of blood. So due to excessive bleeding, that person may die. So this disease is also known as bleeder's disease. So this is known as bleeder's disease, and actually this disease is common in the family of Victoria. So this is called a royal disease also, or royal disease. So in the family tree or in the family pedigree of Victoria, we can see many hemophilic descendants, as she was the carrier of this disease, hemophilia. Okay, so this disease causing allele is small letter H, which is located on X chromosome. Located on X chromosome. Okay, so the disease causing allele is small letter H, located on X chromosome. We can see in female, what is the chance of having hemophilia? We can see a normal female is having XX. Okay, a carrier woman is having XXH. This is a carrier genotype. And a hemophilic or diseased one, hemophilic woman is having the genotype XHXH. So this is the genotype of various conditions in female in case of hemophilia. And in case of male, we can see a normal man is having the genotype XY. There is only one X. So if that particular X is having that recessive allele, that person must be hemophilic. So no other option. Hemophilic is having genotype XHY. So clear? If this H is there as homozygous only, that must be hemophilic. If one X is having H means that is a carrier. Here only one X. If that X is having H means that is hemophilic. Is it clear? Now we can see the cross. Here, when a carrier woman marries a normal man. So this is the normal man and this is the carrier woman. So the possibility of having genotype are XX, XY, XXH, XHY. So here this is a normal girl, this is a normal boy, this is a carrier girl and this is the hemophilic son. Suppose this woman, we can see another cross. If the woman is having hemophilia, HH, when a carrier woman marries a deceased male. So this is the male. So what will be the possibilities? Here we can see XXH, XY, then XH, XH, XHY. So here also a carrier girl, a normal boy, a hemophilic girl and a hemophilic boy. So here we can see there is a crisscross inheritance. Crisscross inheritance means from mother to son, then to granddaughter, or then to daughter. Is it clear? And we can see from father to daughter, then into grandson. Like that, there is a crisscross inheritance. So the chance of having hemophilia in female is very rare. Why? So if the carrier female marries to a hemophilic man only, the chance of having hemophilia in female occur. Otherwise, the chance of having hemophilia in female is very rare. Female acts as only a carrier. Is it clear? So, the chance of having hemophilia in female is rare because the female must be carrier and the male must be hemophilic. Then only there is a chance of having hemophilia in female. Otherwise, the female only acts as a carrier. Is it clear about hemophilia? Next we can see another sex-linked Mendelian disorder, colorblindness. So colorblindness is also a sex-linked recessive gene, or sex-linked recessive gene is caused this colorblindness. It is a condition in which there is a failure in discriminating red and green color. Red and green color cannot be discriminated due to the defect in red or green cone cells of eyes. Cone cells of eyes. So, the disease causing alleles are located on X chromosome. So, the chance of having colorblindness in male is high than in the female. So, that's all about the Mendelian genetic disorder. Thank you.